WWE ruined John Cena's retirement tour. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I came across a Twitter post which you're seeing right now about this fan basically giving explanations on how it was ruined. To start off, to basically summarize it, John Cena's final Royal Rumble, he gets eliminated by a man who at the time couldn't even call himself world champion. I know a lot of people are concerned about the decision considering that Roman Reigns, CM Punk, John Cena, and Seth Rollins were in this Rumble, which will be the only time that will ever happen. And out of those four guys, the only person that was in the top three was the man that hasn't won a singles match in 7 years. You know who else was in the top three? A non-world champion in Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Imagine telling someone 7 years ago that John Cena would eliminate Logan Paul from a Royal Rumble. Get the fuck out of here. I remember watching this and telling myself if Cena won, he would be the GOAT to me, because at the time I had Undertaker as the greatest. Cena could have tied Stone Cold for the most Royal Rumble wins, and him already being tied for the most WWE championships, how would he not be considered the GOAT? And something that I didn't even realize, Cena could have won a Rumble in 3 different decades compared to Stone Cold winning three in like a 5-year span. Up next, he has a generational heel turn with no plan whatsoever. Obviously, this guy was supposed to turn heel and have an alliance with The Rock, and we haven't seen The Rock since. In which, because of this, now all of a sudden he has a heel arc in which he is trying to ruin wrestling instead of having a desperate Cena heel arc. Why not have Cena turn heel because of how bad the fans have been? According to him, that is the reason why he turned heel, but the way he turned heel. Clearly, he was supposed to have an alliance with The Rock. We still don't know what the alliance is. We probably will never know what the alliance is. It seems like The Rock just wanted to be part of the greatest face in WWE history. How ironic would it be for the greatest face to turn heel in his final year while aligning with one of his greatest rivals in The Rock? That would be must-see TV. Why wasn't it as must-see TV? Because The Rock was nowhere to be found. But what do we get? We got Travis Scott, which leads to his last WrestleMania match being overshadowed by him. Travis Scott has a 5-minute entrance. People are expecting The Rock to come out because, dude, this is Cena's final WrestleMania match. It needs to end off with a bang. The Rock does not show up. And Cena, it's not like Cena needed help or anything. I mean, he was clearly winning the match. And then you can see Cena smiling like, yeah, Travis Scott's here. I'm definitely going to become a 17-time world champion. As if you're not a 16-time world champion facing someone who, by the way, you've never lost one-on-one, by the way, and you're happy that Travis Scott is here. This is just making John Cena look weak at this point. And then Cody Rhodes is about to hit John Cena with the title. The purpose of his feud with Kevin Owens was to find an aggressive side. Like when Cody came back, he talked about you, okay, I want a match in which the ref can't stop what I'm gonna do to you. Like, yes, we finally have that aggressive side of Cody Rhodes. Because remember, Backlash of 2024, I think, people were questioning whether or not Cody Rhodes would be aggressive enough to win in an I Quit match, especially considering he was facing one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in AJ Styles. AJ is handcuffed to the ropes. Cody is about to hit him with the steel steps, in which AJ Styles says, I quit. And after the match, Cody still hits AJ with the steel steps. Like, that's the aggressive side that we want from Cody. And then Cody's about to hit John Cena with the title. Cena is begging for mercy. Cody hesitates, in which Cena just low blows him, hits him with the title. Cody is laying there for like 15 seconds, and then the 1, 2, 3 count. And then bam, that's how Cena wins 17. I'm happy he won 17. I'm not happy that that's the way he won it. And I'm not happy because I remember watching this. This match ended at 9:40. I was expecting this match to go on for another 20 minutes. I mean, dude, this is John Cena's final WrestleMania match. And this is how it ends. Like, night one of WrestleMania, the matches were mid, but the main event carried. Night two, the matches were really good. and the main event just ruined it. Like, this will forever be known as John Cena's final WrestleMania match. But you know what? Hey, the stars have aligned. He won the 17th title. The next PLE was going to be Backlash, which was in St. Louis. His greatest rival of all time, Randy Orton, is from St. Louis. So this is aligning a Cena versus Orton match one more time, in which R-Truth ruined. I mean, the match was good. Don't get me wrong. It was amazing. But then, I mean, Orton was about to punt kick John Cena's head to reality. And then R-Truth just interferes, in which Orton obviously is going to RKO him, which leads to Cena low blowing Orton, hitting Orton with the title. Again, Orton is just laying there for who knows how many seconds. And that's how we end the legendary rivalry between John Cena and Randy Orton. He then, out of nowhere, decides to team up with Logan Paul, in which this man glazes him, dude, saying that Logan Paul does professional wrestling better than anybody, saying that Logan Paul is paying your mortgage. What? Like, I get he was heel, but like, saying that with a straight face, that just shows you how professional John Cena is. And this match led to a Money in the Bank tag team match that meant nothing. Let's go back the last 2 years. 2023, Money in the Bank. The Usos versus Roman and Solo. Bloodline Civil War. Jey Uso pins Roman Reigns, which leads to their title match at SummerSlam. Even if it didn't mean that Jey Uso would get a title match, the fact that that was the first time that Roman got pinned in the Tribal Chief era, that really meant something. And also, Roman spearing both at the same time, plus Solo doing the spike. Oh wait, I think it was only one person. Oh, my bad. But it was amazing. Like, if you watch back at it, like, the pop was amazing. Roman's reaction, like, what do I need to do? And then it became full circle. Jey Uso pinned Roman for the first time in the Tribal Chief era. Jey Uso was also the first person to ever pin Roman Reigns. So again, even if it didn't mean that they would have a title shot at SummerSlam, at least it meant something. And then let's flash back to last year's Money in the Bank. Cody, KO, and Orton versus the Bloodline. Solo pins Cody, which led to their title match at SummerSlam, which Roman Reigns returned, and it basically started the Bloodline versus New Bloodline. So that match meant something. This match meant absolutely nothing. Yeah, Cody pinned John Cena. Unwritten rule: if you pin a champion in a non-title match, you're the new number one contender. In which, yeah, John and Cody did have their rematch at SummerSlam, but not because Cody pinned Cena at Money in the Bank, but because Cody won the King of the Ring tournament. Why? So Cody could have literally lost at SummerSlam and then said that I pinned you at Money in the Bank, I should get another rematch. It's like you just wasted one of John Cena's mad days. It literally meant nothing if Cody was still gonna win the King of the Ring. Obviously, Orton wasn't gonna win it because, like, we already had Cena versus Orton one more time. Having Cena versus Orton one more time again, that's not right. But you know who we could have one more match against? CM Punk, in which this person says that his final match with CM Punk was ruined by the Vision. Again, the match was good, but yeah, obviously the Vision was part of that match due to Seth Rollins trying to cash in which John Cena almost kills Charles Robinson. That was, but yeah, I mean, CM Punk in a title match. I mean, did you really think Seth Rollins wasn't going to try and cash in? I mean, come on. This is a guy that literally, there's a reason this guy did Heist of the Century, dude. But yeah, again, the match was not bad. Just the fact that, I mean, again, this is John Cena's final match against CM Punk. Why do we need any interference in this match? And during that match, he showed some signs saying that he would turn face. I remember when the collision that he had with Seth Rollins, in which, despite Cena being healed, they were still chanting Cena's name. He was like, do you hear that? This kind of reminds me of that one promo Cena did with Seth, in which, like, he was talking about how one half of the crowd is chanting, let's go Cena. The other half is chanting, Cena sucks. But nobody's saying anything about Seth Rollins. All he's ever going to be is an answer to a trivia question. Who did John Cena beat to become the, I don't know how many times he would have been champion at the time, but Who did John Cena beat to become the blank time WWE champion? That's basically kind of what it was. And again, he showed some signs that he would turn face, in which he randomly turns face in the SmackDown before SummerSlam. People thought we were going to see a double turn at SummerSlam of Cena turning face and Cody turning heel. And instead, John Cena just turns face on a random SummerSlam. Honestly, I think this was genius because a lot of people were questioning whether or not he was playing mind games with Cody. And, like, you can literally hear the crowd cheering. Like, I remember watching this. Like, I'm trying to like hold back my excitement because like this could all be mind games, and it wasn't. He actually turned face on a random SmackDown. Are you mad because it was unpredictable? I feel like if it's unpredictable, at least make it realistic. I guess it kind of wasn't realistic, but hey, he turned face, so can't be mad at that. He redeemed his Mania match with Cody Rhodes. Yes, he did. This was basically the biggest I'm sorry. Their Mania match sucked, and they put up a banger of a SummerSlam match. And after the match, yeah, the way this guy doesn't even want to say Brock Lesnar's name, dude. But then the aftermatch featured Brock Lesnar returning. I mean, did you hear the pop when Brock Lesnar returned? A lot of people on the internet did not like that. I don't really want to talk about Brock's off-ring issues, so yeah. Had a 25-minute epic match with Logan Paul that could have been done with AJ Styles. I get why people hate Logan Paul, but don't let that all of a sudden make you think he's a bad wrestler. Like, he's really good. And the problem is, I feel like he's wasting his potential. And for someone who's this great in the ring wise, for you to continue to cheat in your matches is probably why people hate you, and also because of who you are outside the ring. Like, if you just won matches fairly, nobody's gonna hate you as a wrestler. Like, I get why they hate you as a human being, but as a wrestler, you're amazing. Like, you watch Kurt Angle and The Miz as a kid, you hated them because of their attitude. But once you grew up, you realize that Kurt Angle is arguably the greatest in-ring wrestler of all time. And for him to make himself look like a complete fool while being an absolute monster in the ring, you now appreciate Kurt Angle more. And then you realize that he's probably the most underappreciated wrestler in the WWE. He's the one that made the IC title what it is today. Like, you became the US champion, you held it for over 200 days, and I only recall 3 of your matches during that run. And then your match against Cody, which was supposed to be a title for title match, but you were too scared to defend the US title, that it was just for the undisputed WWE championship, in which if Cody won, which he did, he would just retain the title. And Cody even mentioned that he was a US title away from being a Grand Slam champion. If Logan won that match, he would have been a double champion. That's selfish behavior right there. Yeah, the match could have been done with AJ Styles. Guess what? We are about to have John Cena versus AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. So you know what? Maybe we will get that match at Crown Jewel. Carmelo Hayes, on the other hand, I think it's because they're both from Massachusetts, so maybe John Cena could do like the "Who in the hell are you?" to Carmelo Hayes, just like how Kurt Angle did to John Cena. Kind of like a full circle moment. I don't know if Carmelo Hayes will be like as big as John Cena, probably not, but he's still good. But yeah, again, considering this is John Cena's retirement tour, having him face Logan Paul instead of AJ Styles, having Logan Paul be a part of 3 matches in John Cena's retirement tour, but only having 1 AJ Styles match. Telling someone 7 years ago that if John Cena had a retirement tour, Logan Paul would be part of 3 of his matches, but we only got AJ Styles 1 time. Cena and AJ Styles' final match was on SmackDown, in which this person complains that his final SmackDown match ended due to Brock Lesnar interference. Yeah, it was full circle twice though. Cena debuted in Chicago, So his final SmackDown is in Chicago. Sami Zayn's main roster debut, he accepted John Cena's US Open Challenge. Cena's final SmackDown, he accepts Sami Zayn's US Open Challenge. And the match was not that bad. You could see Cena paying homage to some of his opponents that he probably will not face off one more time. The spear that he did wasn't the best spear, but I mean, you can clearly see he's paying homage to Edge. I don't know what the fuck Michael Cole was thinking, talk about, oh, paying homage to Reigns, a guy who Cena has never even defeated. Like, I get Cena has called Roman the GOAT multiple times, but come on, dude. You can't tell me that Roman is a better rival for John Cena than Edge. To have a rivalry, both sides have to win. It's not a rivalry if Roman has won every single time. But yeah, the match ending due to Brock Lesnar F5ing Sammy and then F5ing John Cena twice, in which led to their WrestlePalooza match, in which John Cena got squashed in 8 minutes in a recreation of their SummerSlam match 11 years ago. So I'm not that shocked that Brock Lesnar won. I'm disappointed with how short the match was. Then again, it is Brock Lesnar, so you probably shouldn't have had high expectations on this match. I think you probably should have expected something like this. I mean, he even said that, like, I should have respect for the person that got put over for 20 plus years. If I didn't leave in 2004, you would not even know the name John Cena. But yeah, you're telling me that the first WWE PLE in the ESPN era, the greatest of all time, gets squashed in under 10 minutes. Well, that's basically what a squash match is. But to have people pay $30 to see the GOAT get squashed in a recreation of their match 11 years ago against a guy who hasn't had a match in 2 years. At the time of this recording, John Cena has 5 days left. And again, he's going to have a match against AJ Styles one more time. So after that match, it will be 4 more days. 2 Raws, Survivor Series, and Saturday night's main event. I feel like this could have been better if The Rock just showed up. I saw another comment that John Cena's final match should be a gauntlet match in which he faces off against some younger opponents. Maybe some of the opponents that he said that he wanted to face, like Dominic Mysterio, the Usos, Jacob Fatu. Like, maybe his final match will be a gauntlet match of those guys, plus some of his rivals who he hasn't faced one more time. And then someone said that his final opponent should be The Rock. I don't know if I would want Rock versus Cena one more time. I mean, they had a once-in-a-lifetime match. It's literally called Once in a Lifetime, and yet they have the match again. If it's called Once in a Lifetime, I mean, you kind of expect the younger person to win, but that did not happen. So then they had to recreate the match 1 year later, in which The Rock somehow passed the torch to John Cena, even though The Rock has been gone for, I don't know how that's passing the torch really, now that you think about it. No disrespect to The Rock, but no, as the amount of hate that he is getting to basically ruining Cena's heel run, and which took up almost half of his retirement tour. Could you imagine how much hate he would get if he was part of John Cena's final match? Oh, you weren't part of John Cena's heel turn. Now you want to be part of John Cena's final match. Classic Dwayne Johnson, you bald fraud, wanting all the fucking spotlight. But yeah, that's basically going to do it. So do you think that WWE fumbled the bag with John Cena's heel turn? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, just wanted to point this out. About 99% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So let's try and lower that number. And we'll see you next time. Peace.